on our run or our pass. We got to keep them not guessing on what we're doing. We got to keep the ball out of their hands. Keep it on our side of the field. Keep it running. Keep the clock going. They have a lot of explosive players, and we can't afford to let them break open the game on long runs.
Well, Jeff, we'll see how the offensive game plan will work out. What about defensively? Coach Brad Oden, defensive coordinator, what is he and his staff, along with Coach Hoosman, plan for tonight?
Well, Manor's a well-balanced team. Mainly they're going to have to swarm to the ball, a whole team effort. We're going to have sure tackling from our defensive players. The running back is a breakaway runner, and he likes to break the tackles. He's not going to go down easily. We're going to have to recognize their sets. Our tackles are going to have to do a real good job of reading the keys and notifying the other players of screens and draws and so forth. Their quarterback has a strong arm, but he's supposedly not supposed to have a whole lot of touch. We're going to have to pressure him, make him throw some errant passes, hopefully into some of our players' arms. They're supposedly similar in Hallettsville in their patterns and passing and so on, but they've got a considerably better running game.
All right. Channel 16 is proud to have all of our sponsors. They include Diamond S Restaurant, Foxfire Builders, J.O. Renner, 10th Frame Bowling, Audubon Travel Shop, IMCO, Ken and Sherry Banks owners, Krumsick Wagner Insurance Agency, Kelly and Doris Sarton, Schulenburg Livestock Auction Incorporated, Zimmerman's Garage, Vernon and Fawn Zimmerman owners, Schulenburg Printing and Office Supplies and Sports Specialties, the Proschke families, and Dan and Jill Tabor, along with Baumgarten Matula, Bruce and Cindy Bosel, 3D Belt Company, Charles and Gail Bow, Oak Ridge Smokehouse Restaurant, Robert Pam and Arissa Bezetsny, Tom and Dolores Sanders, Gallup Supermarket, Leo's Stop and Shop, Leo's Sheer Genius, and upstairs at the downstairs, The Record Rack, Barry and Melissa Shepard, Gary and Laurie Bauer, Jean, Barbara and Christine Ginnert, and Royce and Jeanette Kujay. So the Shorthorns 2-0 on the season, and the Manor Mustangs also enter tonight's contest with a 2-0 record. The Horns are gathering as they get prepared to run through their run-through banner tonight. To the west end zone, the Manor Mustangs have broken through, and they too are coming out to the field to greet their crowd. Jeff, a lot of excitement in the air. The Shorthorn faithful are here in big numbers, and they're looking for an explosive ball game tonight.
Well, the rain was scheduled for this evening. It looks like we're going to get it to hold off. Something's got to give tonight. 2-0 teams. I think we're going to see a heck of a ball game here. This big crowd's going to have a real treat on their hands tonight.
Well, the Horns come in ranked #1 in the state. Once again, they've had the preseason ranking as the top team in Class 2A. They have not disappointed, as they are 2-0 in the 1994 season. Coach David Hoosman down on the sidelines with his... So the Shorthorns break out onto the field as they are set dressed in their home black uniforms, all black, and the red stripes across the helmets and bordering the letters. And the Schulenburg Shorthorns hope to please this 1994 homecoming crowd here this evening. Shorthorn football brought to you each and every Tuesday night on Channel 16 by Casper's Department Store. Clothing and shoes for the family. Frank Supply, Schwenke Baumgarten Funeral Home, Mark, Brian, and Bill Clazel. Schulenburg Glass, Mike and Phyllis Sharitza. Schaller Engineering, Welborn Petroleum, Hillbank and Trust Company, serving your local area for 100 years. They're located in Weimar. Watzlawick Clinic and Pharmacy, Mr. B Fireworks. Tom Boggers says more bang or your bucks. Additional sponsors of Shorthorn football include Don Blansett, Bubba and Karen Dagan, Double B Foods Incorporated, Chuck Brown Ford, Frank's Restaurant, and Holox Duncan Insurance Agency. Captains out on the field tonight for the Schulenburg Shorthorns include Jared Schromick, along with Paco Valenzuela, Chad Gintert, and Steven Sarton, and the remaining seniors. They include Greg Segura, Barry Shepard, Jason Houston, Kurt Bezetsny, Ricky Hernandez, Brian Watson, along with Chris Urich. 52 is Dustin Bozel. 68 is Donovan Kujay, Kevin Mark, Eric Aiding, Joseph Moore, and Brad Mychek. A lot of seniors playing in their final homecoming contest here tonight. So the officials have flipped the coin. It appears as though the Shorthorns have won the toss, and let's see what they're going to do. They say, let's play football. We want it first, and they'll have it first. The Shorthorns will defend the west goal, while Manor will be defending the east goal. I'm Kevin Fishbeck, along with Jeff Prosky, Greg Hewell on the camera, doing a fine job, as always, as we get set for this 1994 homecoming game. Jeff, some final thoughts before we get things kicked off here tonight. What does the Schulenburg Shorthorns have to do to win this ball game?
Keep up some intensity. Build it early and don't let down. This team has got a lot of weapons. You can't let down your guard anytime.
Our opening kickoff is coming up. This is Schulenburg Shorthorn football. Shorthorns will be back to receive. We've got Jason Houston along with David Raines. By the way, the offense for the Horns will have Houston and Wright in the backfield, Steven Sarton the quarterback, Bezetsny the split end, Jackson the flanker, Kevin Mark the tight end, Dustin Bosel at center. The guards are Urick and Kujay. The tackles are Segura and Dagan. So doing the kicking will be Justin Young, number 22 for the Manor Mustangs. Big crowd on hand here to kick this homecoming game off. It's an onside kick. And the Horns have it. That's Henry Adams cutting at the 35, coming up the middle of the field to the 40, and he's going to be wrapped up right there. Was it a muff kick or was it a straight onside? I didn't see it off the toe.
I think he hit the ball high. I don't think it was designed to be that short of a kick, but it looked like he topped the ball, and it didn't go like a straight onside kick. It went about 15 yards before it took the first bounce.
Defensively for the Manor Mustangs, the tackles are Marcus Haynes and Rudy Guerrero. The nose guard is Jesse Trujillo. Defensive ends are Kendrick Hornsby and Stephen Turner. The linebackers are Shea Pickens, Aaron Creighton, and Sean Lassard. Sarton is your man under for the Shorthorns, and he has Wright and Houston in the backfield. Horns first possession at the 40. Give it to Jason. Houston cuts outside. He's got two running parallel, and he's going to be knocked down after a very short gain. Maybe 2 yards on the play, depending upon the spot. The defensive secondary for the Manor Mustangs, Joey Pays at cornerback, and Kent Walker along with Justin Young, the safety. Very short gain for Schulenburg as Jason Houston, a gain of 1, brings up second down and 9. Once again, the offensive line, the centers, Dustin Bosel, 160. The guards are Chris Urick, 185, and Donovan Kujay at 205. The tackles, the big boys, Greg Segura, 240. Dan Dagan is 245. Second down and 9. Big shift on the defense for the Manor Mustangs, dressed in white, trimmed with their black pants tonight, or their red pants tonight. Schulenburg all in black. Delay to Wright. Wright gets hit at the line and then lunges forward for a short gain of about 3, and it'll bring up third down and 6. Jeff, one thing we have not seen in 2 ball games is the Shorthorns punt the football. We have not punted in 2 ball games, and if they don't pick up 6 yards on this play, we may share our first punt of the year in the game number 3.
That's kind of a luxury we've not afforded everybody. That's kind of an amazing stat in 2 games, no matter who you're playing, much less 2 higher class schools not to have to punt in the first 2 games. That's going to end one day.
Third down and 6, Horns at the 44-yard line, their own territory, first possession of the ball game. Sarton barking the signals, rolling back, dropping, looking, has time, has a man wide open, caught for the first down. And they won't punt on this first possession here as Adams makes the catch at the 45-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 11 yards on the play, and Schulenburg has their initial first down of the game. Sarton rolled out, had the man open, and popped it in there, and it's a first down. First and 10 for the Shorthorns. Ball at the 45-yard line. 10 minutes, 10 seconds remaining here in the first quarter of play as we have just begun in front of a homecoming crowd in Schulenburg, Texas. First and 10, Horns. Ball at the Manor 45. Sarton taking his time will give it to Houston. Houston is knocked down and going to be dropped for a loss. In on that now, a late flag comes flying in. Manor coach is out on the field, and Jeff, we may have a little unsportsmanlike on somebody.
If I'm not mistaken, it looks like the Manor boy got a little tired of being blocked. It looks like it might be an unsportsmanlike conduct on him. We'll see here real fast enough.
The officials are meeting, and they have spotted the ball. Give Houston a 3-yard loss on the play, because this would probably be a dead ball foul. We will get the indication. Dead ball foul, personal foul against the Manor Mustangs. You called it. It's a dead ball, personal foul. That's 15 yards. It'll be a Schulenburg first down. So Houston's play goes for -3 but they get the personal foul call against the Manor Mustangs on a dead ball. That's an automatic first down. And Schulenburg has possession. Schromick comes in with a play now. Schulenburg has the football at the Manor Mustang 33-yard line. Clock is rolling with 9:40 to go in the first quarter of play. First and 10 Horns at the 33-yard, make it the 34-yard line. Sarden will pitch it out to Houston. Has a block, needs one, cuts it back. Oh, nice move by Jason Houston, still on his feet, and is finally knocked down at about the 26. Jason was caught in jail, did a little stutter step, and then moved it up inside, and he picks up good yardage.
A nice run by Jason. The guy had the angle from Manor, had a nice angle, was going to drive him out of bounds, just enough step to make him pass by, and enough momentum to drag a player 2 or 3 yards with him.
It'll be a gain of 8 yards for Jason Houston, second down and 2 for the Horns. 9 minutes remain here in the first quarter of play as Schulenburg has received the opening kickoff on a very short kick. May have been even an attempted onside. And they have their first possession. Handed to Bradley Wright, caught from behind and dropped down. Now flags will fly. And there's no one there but white shirts, so we'll see who the call or what the penalty is going to be. It will, the official says, face mask Manor Mustang, a 5-yard variety, but it's enough for the first down. 2 crucial penalties against Manor here in the early going.
Well, both penalties came on a time where it was in a third down situation, possibly. They're going to have to settle down. It's going to be an emotional game. They're 2 pretty equal teams here. The one who makes the less amount of mistakes is likely to come out of this with the win.
Rudy Guerrero made the tackle, but he also may have been guilty of the non-violent face mask, if you will. It is a first down Horns. Ball just shy of the 20-yard line in the territory of the Manor Mustangs. 8:30 left to go. First quarter, no score. Initial drive of the night for Schulenburg. This is Steven Sarden. Barking the signals, looking to pass. Has Jamie Jackson on the fake. Jackson is there, and he cannot make the catch at the pylon. He led him, and just a little too much out of the reach of Jamie Jackson, but that's a great pattern.
It was a nice effort. A yard shorter, and we're looking at 7 on the board. Good coverage by the man defender. It had to be put where it was to be a catchable pass. A nice play on both ends.
It'll bring up second down and 10 for the Horns. Ball at the 20-yard line. We understand that Barry Shepard will probably do the place kicking tonight. Schromick will do the kicking on kickoffs. So this is, we think, in range of Barry Shepard if the Horns drive stops here. But it's only second down. Split backs, Wright and Houston. Give it to Jason Houston, looking for a block. Now he cuts it outside. He has some room. He's going to see ya. Adios, amigo. Touchdown, Jason Houston. From 20 yards out, Jeff, once again, he hesitated, got outside, and he was gone.
Well, good things are going to happen when you give Jason Houston the ball. He's got so much talent that you're going to stop him. He's going to have his place, but the odds are in your favor the more times he touches the ball.
20 yards on the touch for Jason Houston. It's 6-0 Shorthorns with 8:15 left to go. Barry Shepard appears to line up for the extra point attempt for the Shorthorns. Steven Sarden will do the holding. Now the Horns will shift over in the swinging gate. So the Horns strike first with 8:15 left in the first quarter of play. Looking for a good snap. There it is. The hold is down. The kick is up, and it's good. So the Horns score on their first drive of the night, and they lead by the score of 7-0. This is Schulenburg Shorthorn football. So the Horns lead at 7-0 on the 20-yard touchdown run by Jason Houston. Now Schromick will tee things up for the Manor Mustangs. Back deep include Justin Young and Wesley Williams. Here's Schromick's kick. It will go to Young at the 5. Young comes straight up now looking for a seam. Cuts it back to the side, has a little room, then it gets knocked down. In on the play include Chad Gintert and Sam Brown. And it's first down and 10 for the Manor Mustangs. Offensively for Manor, quarterback is Donald Bell. tailback, Wesley Williams. The fullback is Jesse Gomez. The center is Jason Krenick. The left tackle, Andy Raymond, and Gabriel Suarez, the left guard. Right guard, Trey Shelton. Right tackle, Jimmy Marcel. Marion Vincent at wide receiver. Michael Stone, the flanker. Sean Houston is the tight end. We'll give you the defensive alignment for the Shorthorns. Drop back to pass, looking. Those that way incomplete. Defensively for the Shorthorns, the right end is Kurt Bezetsny. Left end is Eric Aiding. Nose guard is Barry Shepard. Linebackers are Tyson Romine, Chad Gintert, and the tackles, Brian Valenzuela and Sam Brown. The defensive guard is Paco Valenzuela. The H-back include Jarrett Schromick, along with Jamie Jackson. Second down and 10 for the Manor Mustangs. Pitch it out to Williams. Horn defense, Aiding had him. Now they wrap him up and put him down. Tackle play by Sam Brown and Chad Gintert, but we have some laundry on the field. Flags are down. The officials look to the press box side and say offsides against the Shorthorns. So, Jeff, you have a play that goes for a loss, but you have a flag on the field.
Well, that flag does hurt, but it does. The play helps Schulenburg, to tell you the truth. It kind of set a little momentum for the defense, saying, hey, look, we can do this, fellas. Let's just cut down on our mistakes and play our game, and we'll be all right.
Still second down, 2nd and 5. Ball at the 31-yard line. Manor trailing the Schulenburg Shorthorns 7-0. 7:45 to go. First quarter of play. Donald Bell, the quarterback, with a one-man set. Flanker is to the left. And now we have motion going that left side. Aiding will step up. And Bell looks to pass, has a block. Now he will scramble and wants to throw it deep. The man is there, and he's got the football at the 30. The 25-20 at the 15. Stops. Gets by the Shorthorns. To the 5. He's going to score. Touchdown. Michael Snowden. From 69 yards out. Jeff, that was ugly. That was not a very pretty play. And you said in the pregame, Schulenburg must prevent the big play.
Well, the quarterback did a good job of improvising. It looked like he was going to roll out, and then he decided he was going to pop up. Well, we didn't know for sure if our guys were going to come up and cover the run or stay back with the pass, and he just got behind our defenders.
It goes for 69 yards from Bell to Snowden. And now Justin Young will try to add the extra point for the Manor Mustangs. There's a snap. The kick is up. The kick is on the board. Less than a minute after Schulenburg scores to open the ball game, Manor comes right back. 7:19 left, first quarter. We've got a ball game. It's tied at 7. This is Schulenburg Shorthorn football. Schulenburg Shorthorn football on Channel 16, presented by Diamond S Restaurant, Foxfire Builders, that's J.O. Renner, 10 Frame Bowling Alley, Audubon Travel Shop, IMCO, Ken and Sherry Banks owners, Krumchek Wagner Insurance Agency, Kelly and Doris Sarden, Schulenburg Livestock Auction Incorporated, Zimmerman's Garage, Vernon and Fawn Zimmerman owners, Schulenburg Printing and Office Supplies and Sports Specialties, the Prosky families, and Dan and Jill Tabor. 7:19 left here, first quarter. Ball game tied at 7. The Horns drove the football 60-some-odd yards for their initial score. Jeff, the Manor Mustangs came right back on a big play on a second down after an offside penalty. Threw the big pass. Quarterback did a good job.
Momentum's going to mean a lot tonight, I believe. It could sway back and forth. It could mean the last person who has the ball might win this game.
Young's kickoff is going to go out of bounds at the about the 19-yard line. Flags are down at that point, and we'll see there's the option rest with the Shorthorns. They're going to say back them up 5 and let's kick it again. Back deep, Jason Houston, along with David Raines. So our ball game is tied at 7 here in the first quarter of play in front of a homecoming crowd. A tremendous crowd on hand here at Shorthorn Stadium tonight. So Young will have to kick it again. As he waits, and here he goes. The kick is an onside kick. Horns have it. They'll pick it up, fall down just like you're supposed to. On the recovery is going to be Chris Urich. Once again, Manor tries the onside, and it doesn't work. Gives the Shorthorns excellent field position at the 48-yard line.
If there is a weak link in Manor, maybe that's it, the kicking game. He did fine on his extra points. If he kicked his kickoff as far as his extra points, we'd be all right.
Stephen Sarton will bring the troops back up. Shorthorns' second possession of the night. Mazetsny will come out. Jamie Jackson goes to the right. Stephen Adams here to the left. David Raines is now in the backfield along with Jason Houston. Sarton will turn. No, he'll look. Has a pass. Gets away from the rush. He's going to run. Stephen is wrapped up as he crosses midfield. Nice gain. Wasn't much there. The Manor Mustang rush got there quick. Sarton took it up for 5.
A nice job by the Manor defense. If you can play on their aggressiveness and maybe make them overshoot the play sometimes, maybe that can work to your advantage on traps and so on. I'm sure Hoosman's learning from every play and will take notes of all these happenings.
He certainly does. He's got an outstanding staff that watches everything on the field, and they will. That's why the Horns are so successful, because they pick at your weaknesses until they pick them and pick you apart. Second down, 5, Shorthorns, 6:35 left, first quarter, tied at 7. Sarton, the man under, split backs, 2 receivers here to the left. They will give it to David Raines. Raines trying to get outside, and he's just going to be wrapped up and hit hard. Manor Mustang charge is led in there by Marcus Hayes, along with 22 is Justin Young. So it's going to be a loss of 2 on the play. Brings up third down again, now in 7. Or now it's 3rd and 7 for the Shorthorns. Split backs. Jackson out to the right. Mark is tight end on the right. Stephen Adams here to the left side, the near side. Sarton will look to pass. Has time. Now he's in trouble. Throws up. And there's Jamie Jackson. It's caught and then dropped. Incomplete. Excellent defensive play by Kent Walker, who knocked it away at the at the last second, and it falls incomplete. And now, for the first time this season, here we're in our 3rd ball game, the Shorthorns look to line up in the punting formation. It will be Schromick, who is the Shorthorn punter. He has not been used at all this season.
He looked like Jamie had a step on the man there. It looks like he had to put a little under air. He had a lot of pressure, which is looks like it's going to be the key tonight, is keeping that line. Give him a little more time, because if he has time, it's going to be a good night.
A booming punt by Schromick, taking it to 15. Man's in jail and dropped down. That's Williams. Nice one-on-one tackle by Jamie Jackson. So the Manor Mustangs go back on the offensive here for the 2nd time tonight in a ball game that's tied at 7 with 5:38 left to go in the first quarter of play. First down and 10. Manor, the ball is resting at the 17-yard line. First down and 10. I formation, I look for the Manor Mustangs. Bell, the man under, will pitch it. No, he'll keep it. Wants to throw, throws the screen, and Williams cannot complete it. But the Shorthorns had good penetration, plus they stayed at home.
Looked like they read the screen real good. As we talked about the keys earlier in the game, that's going to be a big play. They're going to utilize those big men, a lot of speed on the outside, by screens and draws and so on. If we can contain that, that'll be a big plus for the defense.
Second down and 10, Manor. 5:34 left, first quarter. Ball game is tied at 7. The quarterback, Bell, 1 of 3 for 69 yards. It was a 69-yard touchdown pass to Michael Snowden. 1 back set, 2 splits to the left, 1 to the right. Tight end is on the right, and a timeout will be called by Bell. Schulenburg Shorthorn football brought to you each and every Tuesday night on Channel 16 by Baumgart Matula. Bruce and Cindy Bozel, 3D Belt Company, Steve and Sharice Dees, Charles and Gail Bow, Oak Ridge Smokehouse Restaurant, Tom and Dolores Sanders, Gallup Supermarket, Mayor Leo Kopetsky, Davian and Kenny of Leo's Stop and Shop, Leo's Sheer Genius, and upstairs to the downstairs say good luck Horns. The Record Rack, Barry and Melissa Shepard, Gary and Laurie Bauer, Jean, Barbara and Christine Gindert, and Royce and Jeanette Kujay. Second down and 10 coming up for the Manor Mustangs, with the Shorthorns and the Mustangs tied at 7. And that was a good point by you, Jeff, on the screen. That's one thing we talked about. It appears as though the defense read their keys well.
Well, a screen or slip screens is what many people call is a very formidable play. Last week we used it and it worked great. If you continually run that play, it's a big plus in your offense. It doesn't quite let your defensive backs key on the long pass. They have to worry about coming up for that little hitch. That's when you get them long. That opens your game up if you can successfully complete that pass.
2nd down and 10 for the Manor Mustangs. Bell with one setback. Throws a quick pass to Williams. Caught. Makes a move. Makes another good move. Coming up the field. Adams had him. Lost him. Then he gets all the way up to midfield. Quick post to Adams. Goes for 32 yards and a first down at midfield. Williams, the ball was on his shoulders. He turned around, Jeff. That was maybe almost too quick of a post.
It was real quick. He came right out of the backfield. They're going to have a lot of weapons. It's going to be a long night.
1st down and 10 for the Mustangs at midfield. They're on the drive. Ball game tied. Another quick pass. Man is wide open. Where's the defense? He is going to go to the fin. 5 touchdown. A wide open Marion Vincent. He was left uncovered, and he takes it 50 yards, and the Mustangs have the lead 13-7 with 5:06 left to go in the first quarter of play. Jeff, was it some kind of a trick play? I know that Manor came out of the huddle real quick, and the defense wasn't quite set. What was the story?
Well, I don't know if they didn't see him out there or had a mix-up in the coverages. Totally blown coverage from Schulenburg. I'm sure they'll bounce back, talk about it here, and we'll get things corrected.
Young's extra point is on the board, and for the first time this season, the Shorthorns are behind. 5:06 left, first quarter. Manor 14, Schulenburg 7. This is Shorthorn football. 5 minutes and 6 seconds remaining here in the first quarter, and Manor jumped out 2 long pass plays, one of 69 yards, one of 50 yards. And Manor has a 14-7 lead. The Shorthorns will drop back for the kick and take it at the 10, 15, 20. The Reigns, 25. Makes a little stutter step, still on his feet. Nice return by David Reigns up to the 28-yard line. Jeff, if you're the Schulenburg Shorthorns, what are you thinking at this point, down 14-7? What do you do in the game plan offensively?
First of all, you don't panic. We've got a lot of time in this game, a lot of weapons on our side just as well. There's a lot of things that can be done yet. It's early. We made 2 mistakes in the defensive backfield. You're going to have time to correct these things, and I expect better things of our team.
No doubt about it. They'll break it out with Wright and Houston. 28-yard line, 1st and 10 Horns trail, 14-7. 4:58 left, first quarter. Sarton, the man under, will pitch it to Jason Houston, looking for a block. Push him out. He finds a hole. Houston on his feet to the 40-yard line, then driven out of bounds and then knocked down 8 yards out of bounds. My goodness. Block on the play provided by Greg Segura. It's a first down, gain of 11 for Jason. And a Shorthorn first down. Another question right there. He was driven out of bounds and then brought down 6, 7, 8 yards out of bounds.
You can't harp on those things. You got to keep playing. If the flag falls, it falls. You can't worry about what the referee does. You got to play your own game.
1st and 10 ball just across the 40-yard line for the Schulenburg Shorthorns. 2 splits to the right. Sarton is the quarterback under. Defense jumps, and there's a flag. Quick pitch, pass out to Jamie Jackson, looking for a block, and he doesn't get it, but he gets close to the 50-yard line. And I think we're going to catch the Mustangs in the neutral zone, penalty that you would decline, and take the result of the 9-yard gain.
There's that screen again we were talking about earlier. That's a fine play. A 9-yard gain with a 2nd and 1 is a good investment to deny the penalty. I think with Hoosman's with his faith in his offensive line, will decline the penalty.
The Horns are talking with the official. The penalty will be declined. and it will bring up a 2nd down and a 1 situation. And Manor has called their 2nd timeout with 4 minutes and 27 seconds left in the 1st quarter. Shorthorn football is being brought to you by Casper's Department Store, Frank Supply, Schwenke Baumgarten Funeral Home, Mark Bryan and Bill Clazel, Schulenburg Glass, Mike and Phyllis Sharitza, Schaller Engineering, Wellburn Petroleum, Hill Bank and Trust Company of Weimar, Watzlawick Clinic and Pharmacy, Mr. B Fireworks. That's Tom Vargas. Holas Duncan Insurance Agency, Hugo Holas in Schulenburg, Carl Duncan in Weimar, Frank's Restaurant, I-10 Highway 77 in Schulenburg, Chuck Brown Ford, Double B Foods, Bubba and Karen Dagan, and Don Blanchett. Jeff, Coach Tom Rogers out on the field visiting with the officials. I don't know if he was upset about the offside call or what.
Well, Schulenburg is known for its unusual snap counts. He might be arguing about that, but it's been cleared up many a times where it is a legal snap count. If you try to key on their snap count, you will either jump or just miss the snap it altogether and get a benefit for the offense. He might be possibly discussing that with the referees and wondering how can that happen.
Well, Coach Rogers is still out there with the officials and talking. Well, now he's talking with his team. I remember Tom from Blinn College a few years ago, very fiery coach, a very emotional young coach, and he is not at all afraid to tell his side of the story to anyone that will listen. And he did that there, said what he had to say, backed off, talked to his team, says, "Let's hold him here." 2nd and 1 for the Shorthorns. Ball just shy of the midfield stripe. Sharton, the man under, will turn, give it to Bradley Wright. Wright has the 1st down, and he fumbled the football ball loose on the turf. I think Manor may have come up with it. It's a tuggle for the football at the bottom of the pile. Who has it? Manor has the ball. Aaron Creighton, number 41. It's a 4-yard gain for Wright, but then he fumbled the football, and the Horns, still shell shot from the 2 long passes, will have to go back on defense. Not a try that you wanted to turn over, Jeff.
No, you had momentum. You were moving the ball again. Some nice play calling. An unfortunate mistake. You're going to make a mistake early in the season. You want to make them now before you get into district. You have to know that these games, they are important, but they're not life or death.
4:19 left, 1st quarter. Horns trail 14-7. Now the man under will pitch it out to Williams on the sweep. Has a block. There's going to be a push in the back. Good camera work there. The flag is going to be thrown against Michael Snowden. Push the defensive end in the back. And that's a crucial call that should go against Manor, because that was a good run by Williams.